KSMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob, and today we're reviewing WWE on A&E Biography, The Ultimate Warrior. The bio here reads, WWE Hall of Famer, Ultimate Warrior inspires an entire generation of fans living by his mantra of always believe. With his colorful face paint and equally colorful interviews, he may be best remembered for defeating Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. A good little documentary here, man. It's not quite the hit piece of self-destruction of The Ultimate Warrior, but it's good. They cover Jim's career prior to wrestling. He actually wanted to be a bodybuilder. And, dude, he was rocking and rolling. He says he was 285 or something like that. 295 before he ever started hitting steroids. And, dude, he looks jacked and he's ready to roll. But as he moves out to California to get more into bodybuilding, he slowly gets into wrestling because he thinks he, could be a star that way. He actually teams up with Sting and becomes the Blade Runners in Jerry Jarrett's territory, the Memphis area, and him and Sting, get it going for a while. But Warrior does not get along with Sting in the end. I guess Warrior's just very opinionated, and you can tell from this interview, man. He's very opinionated. He's going to tell people how he feels at all times. It's his way or the highway. And a lot of this documentary is him dealing with his past and his father leaving him at 11 years old, and that kind of being him trying to make up for it in other ways. It's a good documentary, but you get, it's constantly that feeling, As he gets more into wrestling, he goes and becomes the Dingo Warrior in WCCW. That's the Dallas territory for the Von Erichs. And he says the Dingo Warrior is pretty much just a poor man's Ultimate Warrior. And finally, he makes his way up to WWE. He makes it to the big times. And even then, as he's getting to the top and he's climbing, and they show his very first big matches, obviously, is when he wins the title, the IC title off of Honky Tonk Man, and gets the Intercontinental title, and the Rock gets on him. He's ready to go. But his old demons of these abandonment issues that he's feeling, those kind of start playing into his life. This is right before a divorce that he has. But they have the trajectory of he needs to replace Hogan. And it's kind of crazy they don't have Hogan here talking. They have a Hogan or clip or two, but not Hogan being interviewed. They have Sam Roberts, a Ultimate Warrior biographer guy. They have Paul Heyman, Vince McMahon. But they go up to WrestleMania 6 where it's game time and he takes the title off of Hogan. And then they have it that he's just not the greatest draw right after, And then he writes that letter to McMahon stating, I deserve what Hogan gets and I want $500,000 a year. And, as soon as Warrior had that match where he held Vince up, he said that Vince handed him a letter and it's pretty much, fuck you, you're fired, fuck you, 90 days, bitch. So, from there, the Warrior comes back a few times, though. They go over his comeback in 92. They go over, they kind of skimp out on the 96. They do the 96, but they definitely do not bring up WrestleMania 12 like that. But they do show, they skip all of WCW as well. That was kind of tripped out. And they go to his time speaking on colleges, and they show him kind of going off on his total extremist views. He's homophobic, God bless him, but he's homophobe for sure. He just kind of trips out. This documentary isn't super good or super bad, it doesn't show, but it does show the real person who he is. But you definitely don't feel for him that much. But I don't think it's as much as a hit piece as the Macho Man's was. But they show him coming back to do the Hall of Fame and finally fixing that bridge with McMahon, which is very cool. But like I said, not the greatest. It's good, but it's not super empathetic for him, and not super bad either. It's right in the middle. The thing is with him, it's not so much about the wrestling as it is about the moments. The coming back to wrestling. He's a big attraction, but it's hard to paint this career when your foot's in and out. You were only in the business really, real flash in the pan. They do bring up the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior and him having to get over that when he comes back, but it is what it is. The documentary's good. Not the best in the entire world. Not as good as the Shawn one, I don't think. Macho Man was still a hit piece. Stone Cold's the best. But we have Mankind next week, so we'll check it out then, man. But let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about it in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe. And if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.